Hi, if you're using WordPress as your platform of choice, then the security of the site is something that you shouldn't take lightly. Because WordPress is such a powerful platform, it is also the target of many hackers. So you need to keep your site secure and updated. Because a hacked site not only means that you lose all the actual site, but also it might damage your reputation, might lose your customer data and other information. So here are 5 tips for you today to look into for the security of your website. The first thing is to keep your plugins and themes and WordPress core updated. I think this is not the first time I'm saying this on my videos, but it is essential. I would recommend, if you don't update, if it's not a very active site, you need to log in at least once every 2 weeks to see what plugins are outdated, what themes are outdated, and if your WordPress is outdated, perform the updates of the plugins so that it is kept up to date all the time, because all these plugins belong to different vendors, and they always they always do security fixes now and then. Number 2, enforce strong passwords or use a two-factor authentication mechanism. Some security plugins like iTheme Security allows you to enable 2FA so that you can make sure that the person who is logging in is properly authenticated. Another way is to ensure that the passwords are secure, and similar to the 2FA mechanism, you can do this via a security plugin like iTheme Security. This ensures that your users are not setting passwords like hello world or password. Number 3, limit login attempts. Many times bad actors get into your system just by forcefully trying out a million different passwords with your site. So with a feature like limiting login attempts, what this functionality does is that if the same user tries to log in and fails for 5 times, for example, then the account will be locked up for a certain period of time. This will make it so that people can't just spam your site with a million different requests, each trying to log in with a different password. Okay. Number 4, disable unused plugins or themes. Unused plugins or themes can still be on your site. The files are just sitting on your site, and most of the time, because they are unused, you're not going to update them. So instead of leaving them on your site and potentially being a backdoor that an attacker can use to access your site, remove those files. If you want to keep a backup of all those files, keep it in your local computer. Number 5, and this is, I think, the most important thing, is to keep regular backups, and keep those backups in a location that is not on the server that your website is sitting on. Because if your web host goes down, everything is gone, and if your backups are on the same server, then there goes your backup as well. I would recommend, again, if you are not you don't have a very active site, to back up at least once a week. And if you have an active site like an e-commerce website where you need to trace, you have orders coming in every day, I would recommend that you back up every 12 hours or 24 hours. A lot of these things can be implemented using 2 plugins, a security plugin like iTheme Security or WordFence, and a backup plugin like WP Vivid, all-in-one migration. Or actually, I would prefer to have the backups done on the server end so that not only the WordPress files and databases are backed up, but if you have other code that's lying on other folders in your website, that is also backed up properly. Remember, don't take this lightly. It might seem unimportant, but only when your site is hacked and your site is down, then you realize that, hey, I should have invested time and a little bit of money to get a security plugin, to get a backup plugin, invest some energy to make sure all these things are looked at. Most of the time, it's a one-time effort. All these things can be done automatically, especially the backups. Security updates can be applied most of the time automatically, except for major releases. So don't take this lightly. See you tomorrow.